Good morning. This is Hasnain from Hasnain Scare. Uh, in this video, I'm going to show you how I solved the remaining portion of the part one of IELTS listening module test one of Cambridge 17. So let me share the screen. Okay. So here you have the question. Now, in our previous session, we looked at question 1 to 5. Now we'll look at question 6 to 10. All right. First, we look at the heading. Forthcoming events. That means what events we have in the near future. Saturday. So Saturday, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 events. One is to meet at Dunsmore Beach car park. So the forthcoming events on Saturday, they will be meeting at a specific place. The place is Dunsmore Beach car park. It's a car park, and the name of the place is Dunsmore Beach. Okay. Next, walk across the sands and reach. So when they reach Dunsmore Beach at the car park, after that, they will walk across the sands, and through this path, they will reach a destination. And we need to find out the name of this destination. And take a picnic. Take a picnic. Picnic means the food you take from home. The food you take from home when you go somewhere. So it's given. And wear appropriate something. So as they will be walking on these sands and the beach, they need to wear appropriate, suitable dress. Like it might be about the shoes, suitable shoes, maybe flip-flops, maybe walking shoes, or it could be waterproof dress or whatever. In one of the times it is woodwork session. So you can say woodwork session. They will be attending some learning sessions suitable for something to participate in. This session is suitable for you, for me, for males, for females, for children, or for some type of people to participate in. So who this course is suitable for? We need to find out who this session is suitable for. So we need to find out a place in number 6. In number 7, we need to find out an item of clothing that is appropriate when you go to the beach. And in the session, we need to find out who the session is suitable for. Next, making something out of wood. That means in this woodwork session, they will make something out of wood. With the help of the material wood, they will make something. They will be making an item. We need to find out an item here that is made of wood. Finally, the cost. Okay, it's 17 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the time of the session. The cost of the session is no camping, and it will be a number. So the possibility. So what will be the cost for the woodwork session when no camping is allowed? With camping or without camping? The cost, because it is in bracket, in parentheses, because it's no camping, it means you may hear two different costs. One is including camping, the other is without camping. We need the answer choice that is without camping. All right, so we are familiar with the question now. Now this is the time to listen to the audio. Okay, before we listen to the audio again, make sure we understand the question. In 6, we are looking for a destination that can be reached to walking across the sands. In 7, we need an item of clothing that is appropriate when we walk on the beach. In number 8, we need some people or some level of students, participants who might be suitable for the course, for the session, woodwork session. And finally, penultimately, what is the item that would be made out of wood? And finally, we need the amount of cost without camping. All right, so let's share the audio.
Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10. And as I said, we have a program of events as well, both at the weekend.
As I've said, we have a program of events, both at the weekends. So as I said, we have program of events.
And during the week.
Both at the weekends and during the week. Both at the weekends and during the week.
I presume you have guided walks.
I presume you have guided walk. So she says she thinks they have the arrangement to provide a walk to a guide.
I'd like to get to know the local countryside as I'm new to the area.
Yes, we do. The next walk is to Ruston Island a week on Saturday. We'll be meeting in the car park at Dunsmore Beach at low tide. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without getting wet.
Sounds good.
The island.
I like to get to know the local countryside as I'm new to the area. She says that she is new to this area and she is not familiar with the countryside. So she wants to know and get familiar with the local countryside. Let's listen again.
Have guided walks. I'd like to get to know the local countryside as I'm new to the area.
Yes, we do. The next walk is to Ruston Island a week on Saturday.
The next walk is to the Ruston Island next Saturday.
In the car park at Dunsmore Beach at low tide. That's when the slow meeting in the car park at Dunsmore Beach on the island a week on Saturday. We'll be meeting in the car park at
We'll be meeting at the car park. So they mentioned the car park first. We'll be meeting at the car park.
Or beach at low tide. We'll be meeting in the car park at Dunsmore Beach at low.
We'll be meeting in the car park at Dunsmore Beach at low tides. Low tide means when there is much water.
That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without getting.
That's when the sands are dry enough. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk along the beach. That means they want to walk across the sands when the sands are dry.
Park at Dunsmore Beach at low tide. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without getting wet.
Without getting wet.
The islands are great to the island without getting wet.
Sounds good.
Getting to the at low tide. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without getting wet.
So that's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk across the island without getting wet. So it says walk across the sand and reach. That means where they are going to reach the island. So that is the answer will be listen again. Listen carefully.
On Saturday, we'll be meeting in the car park at Dunsmore Beach at low tide. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without getting wet.
Sounds good.
That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk.
That's when the sands are dry enough.
Low tide. That's when the sands are dry enough for us to walk to the island without
For
getting.
us to walk to the island. For us to walk to the island. So if you walk to the island, where do you reach? You reach the island. Walk across the sands and reach the island. Next.
wet.
Sounds good.
The island's a great place to explore. It's quite
The island is a great place to explore. So it's a suitable place. It's a nice place you can see around.
small, and it's got a range of habitats. It's also an ideal location for seeing seals just off the coast or even on the beach.
It's an ideal place for seeing seals.
Okay. And is there anything we should bring? Like,
And she wants to know, is there anything we should bring? So in order to get to the island, does she need any specific thing with her?
a picnic, for instance?
Yeah,
Picnic, for instance. That means the food that I take with me to eat when I get to the island.
do bring one as it's a full day.
Instance?
Yes, do bring one as it's a
Yes, do bring one. That means do bring picnic.
full day walk. And of
Because
course,
it's a full day walk. So because it's a full day walk, you might become hungry, so you need some food to eat. It's a good choice to take a picnic with you.
be wet walking across and back. So make sure your boots are waterproof.
I must.
So make sure your boots are waterproof. Make sure your boots are waterproof. So which boots are appropriate? Waterproof boots are appropriate. So appropriate is paraphrased with waterproof. The remaining word would be boots. So this is going to be the answer. Make sure your boots are waterproof. That means you need to put on waterproof boots. You need to put on waterproof boots. That means appropriate boots to wear or put on is waterproof. Next.
A new pair. There's a hole in one of my current ones.
I need to buy a new pair. That she cannot take this current pair of boots because there is a hole in the boots. That means it is not going to be waterproof.
Oh, I'd definitely like to come on the walk.
Great. Then later this month, we're having a one-day woodwork session in Hopton.
And later in this week, we have a one-day woodwork session. So let's talk about woodwork session.
I've never tried that before. Is it?
I've never tried that before. That means I have never participated in this kind of session before. That means she is completely new to this session, to this woodworking.
For beginners to take part?
Definitely.
I've never tried that before. Is it okay for beginners to take part?
Is it okay for beginners to take part? Is it okay? That means, is it suitable? Is it okay? Is it suitable for beginners? For beginners to take part means to participate. To take part means to participate. Is it okay for beginners to take part? Answer for question number A should be beginners.
There'll be a couple of experts definitely. There'll be a couple of experts leading the session, and
definitely there will be a couple of experts leading the session. Because the sessions will be led by some experts, any beginners can participate. Sorry.
the number of participants down so you'll get as much help as you need.
We'll keep the participants, we'll keep the numbers down That means there will not be many students or many participants in the course. So
I'd love to be able to share to love
Need.
excellent. I'd love to be able to make the excellent.
So you'll get as much help as you need.
Excellent. Excellent.
Help get it on. And we keep the number of participants down. So you'll
we
get
keep the number of participants down. That means we do not take many participants. We take a small number of participants. Why?
much help as you need.
Excellent.
So you'll get as much help as you need.
So you get as much help as you need. So as a beginner, you might be thinking how you are going to cope with the course, but the secretary make it sure that in a session there will not be many participants. They put the number of participants down so that the leaders or the instructors can pay much attention to the participants.
Excellent. I'd love to be able to make chairs.
She says, I'd love to be able to make chairs. I'd love to be able to make chairs. C-H-A-I. So she is happy that after doing the course, she will be able to make chairs. But listen, what does the secretary say?
Excellent. I'd love to be able to make chairs.
That's probably too ambitious for one day.
That's probably too ambitious for one. Too ambitious. That's probably too ambitious. That means he's going to be a high ambition to learn, to master making a chair in one day. Next.
Starting with wooden spoons, and of course, learning how to use the tools. That's probably too ambitious for one day. You'll be starting with wooden spoons.
You will be starting with wooden spoon. You will be starting with wooden spoon. That means you will be starting with making a spoon out of wood. Wooden spoon. We'll be starting with wooden spoon means you will be making a spoon out of wood. So the answer should be spoon.
Of course, learning how to use spoons, and of course, learning how to use the tools.
And of course, learning how to use the tools.
And anything you make is yours to take home with you.
And anything you make is yours to take home with you. That means whatever you make in the session, you can take them home.
Like fun? When is it?
It's on the 17th from 10 a.m. until 3.
It's on the 17th from 10 a.m. until 3. So that it is given. Be paying attention to the cost.
Charge of £35, including lunch, or 40.
There's a cost of £35, including lunch. You have lunch here.
Pounds if you want to camp in the wood. Until 3. There's a charge of £35, including lunch, or £40 if you want to camp in the wood.
Or £40 if you want to camp in the woods. Or £40 with camping. So we need no camping. That means we need 35. So the answer will be £30. Okay, so question number 1 is island. Question number 2 is books. Question number 3 is, question number 6 is island. Question number 7 is books. Question number 8 is beginners. Question number 9 is spoon. Question number 10 is 35 pounds. All right, best of luck. See you in the next video with the next section. Love is.